Hey everyone, so if you've been watching my videos recently, you've heard me talk about the fact that Kayla has celiac disease, and now I have celiac disease, or have had it all along. And I had said that I would do like an update, like people just have questions of how it's going or whatever, so I thought I would do that now. We don't know all the information yet, but I thought I would just kind of tell you where we're at and why we got here, and yeah, things like that. So I thought I'd start off with what is celiac disease, in case you don't know, and I took it off a website. I'm just going to tell you what they said. I'm not going to say it in my own words. Celiac disease is a medical condition in which the absorptive surface of the small intestine is damaged by gluten. This results in an inability of the body to absorb nutrients, protein, fat, carbs, vitamins, and minerals which are necessary for good health. So yeah, when you eat gluten, if you have celiac disease, it harms your small intestine, which is not good, which, like I said, affects absorption. According to, in Canada, apparently they're estimating 1 in 133 Canadians have it, which is, you know, huge, and it's like getting more and more diagnosed, and more people are getting diagnosed, so it's like a lot of people have it. Common symptoms are anemia, chronic diarrhea, weight loss, fatigue, cramps, bloating, irritability. That's the last thing I wanted to say about it. It can also, some people can suffer from an itching rash called dermatitis herpetiformis, and the reason I say that is because that's what Kayla was dealing with when she had all those rashes. Well, at least we think so. So yeah, that's celiac disease. Why did we think to test for it, basically? People were wondering that, like, what led us to believe it could be that. And it's because Kayla, my 2-year-old, has been having rashes, like, forever, like on and off, literally since she's been born. When she was first born, we thought she had a lactose intolerance, which she still could. We don't really know at this point. We need to be tested specifically for that. Yeah, when I went off dairy, it did help, but it still never really got better. Her stool has always been like really, really soft, diarrhea. I know, TMI, but and now that she's able to talk, she was complaining that her stomach hurt all the time. And also now that I have Riley, I hate to say it, I kind of knew that once I had Riley and I saw what she was like, I realized that Kayla, her stools weren't normal. It took having a second child to really realize how bad it was. So yeah, that's kind of why we tested for it. We started with a whole bunch of things beforehand. They thought her rash was like a whole bunch of things, and she was on all these creams, and it never helped. So eventually my doctor, we're on a waiting list to be allergy tested. It's not till July though, that's how long it's going to take. I asked my doctor if there's anything else she could do, and she said, well, let's just run a blood test for, like, everything. Like, if you're going to prick your 2-year-old, like, why not just run their blood for everything? So, yeah, when her blood results came back, it showed, I think it's called TTG, was high. It can't be above 20, I believe. I should have brought the numbers here. But hers was 45, which indicates celiac disease, but to get, like, a definite diagnosis, like, I don't know, the way her pediatrician explained it, and we see a pediatrician now instead of a family doctor because of this, but the way he explained it, like, in Europe they're doing it a bit different than here, and it might come over here, but right now we kind of have the option. But for that definite, like, 100% diagnosis, you need a biopsy of the intestines, which involves, you know, putting them to sleep and putting a tube down through your belly to your intestine, taking a portion of it and testing it, and that's how you get, like, the definite diagnosis. But like in Europe and other areas, I guess they're just going strictly by blood work. They don't feel it's necessary to do that. So yeah, that's why he kind of gave me the option. He weighed the pros and cons, and I was able to think about it. So yeah, after like looking at the different options myself, discussing it with my husband and my doctor, we decided that we are going to do a biopsy. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One being, we want to know for sure. If this isn't what's really the issue, then we want to keep going and figuring out what else could be the issue. So we want to know now. In order to get the biopsy, you need to remain on gluten. So if she ever wanted to know later in life, she would have to start going on gluten for a period of time and then get it done. So it's just easier now that she was already on gluten to continue with a little bit of gluten and just get it now while she's young, so she never has to worry about it like later on down the road. The unfortunate part about that is that for children the wait list is 3 to 6 months to get a biopsy, so we are still waiting on the date for that. So in the meantime, she has to remain on gluten, which, yes, really stinks. But I think it'll be better in the end. Also, there's government funding in Canada if you have celiac disease, if you're like definite diagnosed, biopsy diagnosed. So they'll help pay for gluten-free groceries, which is super awesome. So that's another kind of reason why we would just want to get that for her, so for the rest of her life she knows and she can claim it and whatnot. Okay, so that's the like quick gist on Kayla. celiac disease is genetic, so he asked me if I wanted to be tested, and I said yes, because when I was a child growing up, I had the worst bowel problems. I had so many stomach problems, stomach pains. My mom was taking me to the hospital at times. It was so bad. I remember it was so bad. And I get it on and off again now, but I just figured it was like, I don't know, I ate something not right with me. But they never figured it out as a kid. And so yeah, my blood work did come back. It had to be over 20, and mine said it had the little greater than sign, greater than 200. So obviously gluten is really, really affecting me. So I had to go back to her pediatrician for those results, which was really weird, just me going to her pediatrician alone when it was all kids. But he had to tell me that, and he is now referring me to an endocrinologist and a gastrologist, I believe. I think the gastrologist is for that. My blood work also showed that I have hyperthyroidism, so I'm going to another specialist. So yeah, I don't have those appointments yet. I don't know how long the waiting list is for a biopsy. I am going to choose to do a biopsy, and I don't think it's as long because there's way more doctors specializing in that area for adults than kids. So I will keep you updated about all that stuff, of course. And then the last thing is, because it's genetic, we are getting Riley tested, and she had her blood drawn a couple days ago, so we're waiting to hear back the results on that. I have a feeling she's not, but I'd like to know for sure, especially her being so young. It's better to find out earlier. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're just waiting on appointments. We're just finding out new stuff, and yeah, that's about it. Luckily, there's a ton of resources out there now for gluten intolerance and gluten and dairy intolerance. There's just so many great resources out there. For myself, I wish obviously I had known like 20 years ago, but you can't turn backwards. So if you have symptoms like that and you're wondering, then I would ask your doctor what they think and if they want to give you a blood test. But I just wanted to share the info with you, and if you have any questions, let me know, and if you have anything to let me know about this, then feel free to share. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Bye.